Hey Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So what do the stars and the cards have to say about your money, career, and business energies for the month of July 2023? Ariel and I are going to dive in and find out, so keep watching. All right, Virgo, let's first discuss some astrological energies that you may want to be aware of for your month of July. First of all, Mars will be going into your sign on July 10th. Usually when Mars transits our first house, we're feeling extra energized and motivated. We may have a lot of energy to pursue important goals. You may feel like you're ready for some sort of revamp of your professional image. That's possible since we're looking at this through the lens of a money, career, and business reading. So that's interesting. Venus, of course, is still in Leo, your 12th house of things behind the scenes and old karma. Mercury is also still in that 12th house of Leo until the 28th, when it will go into your sign. So you could this month be dealing with trying to, rectify situations from your karmic past in some way, old contracts, old commitments, stuff that's been hanging around that you would like to kind of just tie up the loose ends with. Venus going retrograde on the 22nd of July will be happening in that 12th house of things hidden behind the scenes, the subconscious. It can also be the house of undoing. Okay, so it can be our own self-undoing. Also, though, going back and rethinking to undo something, perhaps rethinking financial commitments, work commitments, things like that. There will be another big rethink happening for you, of course, when Mercury goes retrograde in your sign at the end of August. We'll deal with that next month. But suffice it to say that, astrologically, of course, we're going to tune in with the tarot as well. There could be a sense of one step forward and a half step back. I don't feel like a full step backward, okay? But in some area of your life, as you seek to, as I said, redo, revamp, finish something up, but it may not be fully done until we get out of this Mercury and Venus retrograde in the middle of September. Okay, and again, because this is happening in your 12th house, the Venus retrograde, it's more about, again, kind of dealing maybe with stuff from your past and possibly also shifting some beliefs, wrapping up, like I said, old karmic contracts, stuff like that. And sometimes those situations can take a little while to finish up, but it's also because you're having second thoughts about, I feel, some sort of major financial commitment in your life. And that's okay. It's okay to have second thoughts. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen or it can't happen. It just means you want to be doubly sure. And that's okay. Of course, you don't want to get stuck in analysis paralysis, but you're taking your time. And that is advised with the energies that are happening astrologically. So I just want to say one more time, with Venus retrograde in that 12th house, Virgo, the 12th house is a very, very intuitive house. And you must listen to your gut, not your fears. Okay, of course, don't listen to your fears, but really listen to your divinely aligned intuition. And because your 12th house is Leo, which is the sign of the heart, if something is not settling right in your heart chakra for whatever reason, then it is not the right investment of time, money, or energy for you. And with the Venus retrograde, it's going to be very important for you to listen to your heart. I know it's a cliche, but it really is going to serve you well to do that. If you have one little ounce of something not settling here, you know what I'm talking about. It just doesn't feel right. You don't have to even try to justify it or explain it to yourself. Just table it. Table the decision. You don't have to do anything about it, hopefully, fingers crossed, depending on your personal situation. If you can wait and table the decision until the middle of September at your new moon on September 15th, that would be a good course of action. I will be doing a separate reading on the full moon in Capricorn happening on July 3rd for everyone. But to just give you a heads up, this is happening in your 5th house. of wrapping up some sort of major creative project, perhaps something connected with getting your message out there into the world, because your ninth house is also being activated at this time with the energies of Uranus squaring Venus and Mars, which will still be in Leo at the full moon on July 3rd, in that 12th house. There could be some very interesting energy with the Sun in Cancer and the Mercury in Cancer in your 11th house of personal gains and networks. There could be some very interesting, it has a little bit of a flavor of an overnight success or a surprising invitation from a group or a network that you've been wanting to get associated with in some way. And it's like all of a sudden, like you come out of the woodwork, so to speak, Virgo. It's like, wow, here's Virgo. They've got this great project, great ideas. Like, wow, like we want them on board. It can be something like that going on for you. But again, more on that energies in our video coming out soon. All right, Virgos, let's see what we have going on for you with the tarot. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And, you know, I don't know if you're aware, but I do have a YouTube membership now. If you're interested in that, you can hit the join button and watch my little video about it. But it's kind of like having me on speed dial to get the answers to your burning questions using brand new oracle decks and tarot decks new onto the market. So check that out if you're interested. I'd love to have you as part of the channel membership. All right, let's see what we have going on for you, Virgos. Virgos. We have a Queen of Cups. And we have a Ten of Swords. The Ace of Wands. The Five of Swords. And there's your energy. Wow, this is very interesting. Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups, which can be a time marker for Cancer season. That's one way to look at it. We have the Ace of Wands, which can be a time marker for Leo season. And then we have your season showing up here, the Nine of Coins, the Virgo. So, but very interesting how in between we have a Ten of Swords and then a Five of Swords. Okay, and we have some good energies here. Ace of Wands is Ace. And then we have a Nine of Coins, which is also fan-freaking-tastic. So, but in between, we have this, as I said, a one step forward, a half a step backward. Okay, but that's all right. What I think is going on here is in Cancer season or just emotionally, it is time to look at where you are stuck. Okay, now the Ten of Swords is here. This, yes, can be the dawn of a new day on the horizon, sure, but we look at everything in context. So perhaps this is the back up against the wall. This is feeling like I can't go on. I mean, look how drama he is here, right? So this can be emotionally and mentally fixated on something that has to be a certain way. You could also be emotionally kind of at your wit's end with some sort of, again, career, financial matter. But what I would say to that is, you know, there can be a little bit here. I mean, it's air, it's not fixed earth, but, you know, with the Ten of Swords here, it's stuck energy for me. So again, there is something that it would behoove you to get unstuck about. Like, you may be just very fixated that this certain thing in your money and career life has to be a certain way that, you know, for your own comfort, perhaps, the Queen of Cups. And that's all well and good, but sometimes, you know, that can be a detriment to us in terms of our forward progress. So I think what the interesting energy here is this Ace of Wands, which is saying, like, stop, get out of your head, take a step forward, start something new, release. This has been a theme that's been coming up in some of the readings that I've been doing so far for the month. Release what emotional attitudes and beliefs that are not working for you anymore in terms of what you're trying to accomplish in your money, career, and business life. It's not working. So a fresh approach is needed. But see, that's the thing. You're scared, Five of Swords, this daytime anxiety, you're scared about this fresh approach. There is an emotional comfort zone, something going on over here. Okay, so some of you you need to break out, break free, break loose, and try something new. And this could have something to do with connecting with new groups, especially networking and things like that at that full moon, you know, with that Sun Mercury conjunction in that 11th house. And also with the energy of expansion happening in your 9th house of the big picture perspective. But it's like, you can't see anything what's in front of your face with the Ten of Swords. You can't see the wood for the trees. It's like, okay, and it's emotional in nature. All right, so that's what I would say here, okay? Cancer season, like, there is something that, you know, needs to be shifted. Now, with this Ten of Swords, it can also be finally that some sort of block may be removed by the universe. I mean, the Ace of Wands, it just depends on your personal situation. The Ace of Wands is the thumbs up from the universe. So the universe could be bringing you a big seed opportunity. It's very possible that you can plant. But again, I think it's going to be something bold and new and fresh that makes you uncomfortable in some way. But it's good to get out of a comfort zone. That's going to help you manifest your 9 of Coins. But this is a process that I think you're going to be undergoing until your birthday season, because we have the 3 seasons represented here. Okay, so, you know, feel the fear and do it anyway is kind of also the message that I'm getting here. So this thing that's been stuck, it could have been for the last 10 months, the last year, the last 10 years even. You guys it's time to plant the big seed. Okay, and say yes to the universe of something that really, again, like, passionately you feel connected with in your heart space. And it is, you know, something that you can put your fresh energy behind. I mean, this is also, Ten of Swords is also mental burnout. So there could be just something too, you have to admit to yourself, you've been hanging in there emotionally, I'm just keep going forward. But maybe you're freaking burned out. And that happens. So acknowledging that to yourself, accepting that, and not beating yourself up over that, and instead saying, all right, that means I've got to step outside my comfort zone and try something new. So again, that may not mean you have to get a whole new job or a whole new career, but maybe you need to focus on a different project or ask for a different assignment or something like that to kind of get your mojo back. Okay, yes, that scares you a little bit, but it could bring you exactly what your heart's desire is. So that is the key to using these energies, you know, so far this month for greater prosperity. And you could have a very beautiful beginning, a very prosperous beginning with your finances, especially by the middle of September, provided that, you know, again, you work with the energies, you plant that big seed. All right, Virgo, let's see what else we have going on for you this month. Virgo, what do Virgos need to know? There really could be a great opportunity coming in. But are you going to take it? Are you going to get out of that comfort zone? That's the thing. Obstacles and blocks are lifted. That's that Ace of Wands, right? All your good personal work and your positive energy shift have overcome previous obstacles, and blocks are lifted away. You will now experience progress and forward movement with your project. That's that Ace of Wands, projects. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure that your flow of abundance continues. All right, so let's see what we need to know about that, but that's very affirming from what we just looked at. That flow of abundance coming to you by your birthday, your personal paradise there. I think you're just afraid of some sort of stressful change. And granted, when we start something new, even though we may be excited about it, it still can be stress-inducing, of course. It's a good kind of stress, though. But I think you're even worried and afraid of the good kind of stress because things have maybe just been difficult with the Ten of Swords showing up. So, but this is going to be a different kind of stress. It's going to be a happy stress. Okay? All right. As these obstacles and blocks are lifted for you. Virgo. Leo, there it is, the Strength card. And the Empress, absolutely gorgeous. 2 major arcanas. So obstacles and blocks are lifted. This goes back to what I was saying before about your heart space. So your creative energies, your creative ideas, your ability to manifest what you need is very strong. And I think, again, this may have something to do with the Venus retrograde, listening to your heart space, as we talked about before in the astrological portion here, and just really going gung-ho. I mean, we have a lot of fire in this reading. We have the Ace of Wands, we have the Strength. Okay, so going gung-ho, and here's your Venus, with investing your creative energies into things that really matter for you. But again, Empress can sometimes take 9 months to see the full fruition of something. So I think this is going to go in stages for you. We had the 9 of coins before. I think there's going to be, in 3 months, right, by your birthday, a significant turning point with this financial situation, with this career situation for the better. And then 6 months after that, which would take us to Pisces season. Okay, and also we got the 3 here. Okay, so this is a continuing story of what's going to be unfolding for you. But this is a testimony to keeping the faith, believing in yourself, and not giving up. Right? This is stubborn, fixed energy. The Strength card is Leo, right? You could just have some brilliant divine interventions with the Venus retrograde in that 12th house, with these energies coming up here, of somebody working behind the scenes, perhaps on your behalf in some way, with the Empress showing up. Again, this can be an angel, a spirit guide. It can be someone who's already passed on. It could be somebody walking this earth plane now. But somebody who is a benevolent guiding force who may put an opportunity in your path with this obstacle, lifting the obstacles. Okay, so, this is very good energy. I think the Leo season is going to be key for you. So starting also from July 22nd onward, there really could be something about good karma revisiting you as well with this situation. And that sometimes happens too when something is retrograde. If depending on our karma and other things, sometimes we can get, I feel, this is my personal opinion, we can get some good karmic payback, especially because Venus is in that 12th karmic house for you, the Venus retrograde. There could be a payback, a karmic reward for you, Virgo, based on things that you have helped other people do for themselves in the past, the contributions you have made. So both of these cards can be about having patience, but also being actively patient, meaning that you are creating, you are working the plan, you're aligned, you're doing what you're doing, okay? And you're recognizing that good things take time, and you're in the process of manifesting this bounty in your garden as these obstacles and blocks get lifted for you. Okay, but there is something very important here about allowing yourself to get out of some sort of emotional comfort zone. And that's going to be different for everybody who's watching this. Okay, so the source of this prosperity could be very different than what you have been thinking it's going to be. And you may be, again, stubbornly holding on to, it's got to be this way. It's got to be this way. Venus retrograde and obstacles and blocks are lifted. And that Empress could be bringing you a gorgeous opportunity. Don't be too stubborn to take it, Virgo. All right. All right, Virgo, let me know what's going on for you with these energies. I love you guys. Take care. We will see you again soon. Stella Wilde signing out.